Yo! Today's video we are going to be taking a deep dive into the A Trace of Metal quest on the Nintendo Switch. We're going to be covering requirements for the activation and completion, so stick around and we'll get through this together. Cue the intro music. Okay, so some background info first. Both on PC and consoles that aren't Nintendo, you need to own a planetary system and some other requirements that need to be hit to unlock this quest. Since we don't have planetary settlements on the Switch, I've been running tests like a madman for the last week or so, and here's what I've come up with. Number one, you are going to need to progress the story to the space anomaly. This will give you access to Tetius, and that's important because without him you really can't do anything in this quest. Number two, you need to attack and defeat a Sentinel outpost. You have two choices here. You can start a fight and defeat every wave of Sentinels as they come, or, and no judgment from me, just run in and deactivate the tower. Number three, you will need to have completed the Archimedes questline and unlocked Apollo questlines. Number four, this one isn't guaranteed, but in my experience you're going to need to sink a few hours into the game, roughly 3. Some of you might not know Hello Games likes its little timed events in games. If you think back to the first base you ever built on that really lovely, beautiful paradise planet, you had a storm. For some reason you thought that was strange because, you know, I've lived here for years now and there's never been a storm, and there never was a storm. This was the only storm I've ever had. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They just throw in certain timed events, and I am 99% sure that this has a time limit. You can't start it until X amount of time has passed, and I think it's 3 hours roughly. Maybe I might be wrong. Okay, but doing this across multiple saves, some of them have got 50 hours, some of them have got no hours. You know, that's what I reckon you need for this quest to open up. So head on into space, wait for a call from Tetius asking you to pop and investigate a spike in Sentinel activity. Okay, I'm just going to agree to help. I know I'll be fine. When you arrive at the location, you're going to have to deal with some corrupt looking Sentinels, ending with a hard frame Sentinel battle. For this, you're going to receive the undamaged drone shell. Tetius is going to want to see this, so head back to the ship and fly to the space anomaly. He's going to ask you to talk to the other iterations to collect some bits and bobs. You're going to want the portal, a silatory, the nanite filament, and some beads of glass. Once taken back to Tetius, he's going to work his magic and give us the Sentinel flare and instructs us to head down to the planet's surface and run some tests. Once it's activated, this drone is going to ask for some input. It doesn't matter what we select, it's all the same outcome. The drone is going to send us to some new coordinates, and this time it's a Sentinel pillar. Another hard frame Sentinel is the big bad here, so make short work of it and then approach the tower, of course, not forgetting to destroy the control nodes like I did. I actually got called a professional today, and then I forget to do the basics. So at the end, we're given the option to download some new blueprints, and I highly suggest you do that. If it's not activated, activate the drone and talk to it for the next set of instructions. In short, install the newly acquired hard frame right arm. The drone wants to have another chat, so summon it. This time it wants to send us to a manufacturing facility, so off we pop. No sentinels to fight this time, just blast the door down, interact with the console, make sure you download the plans, and again return to install on the Minotaur. This is going to be a pattern: do a thing, install a thing, chat to the drone. Off we pop again, abandoned building now, no sentinels again, just a broken bit of machinery. Get some plans to download, base, install, chat. Yeah. No buildings to deal with this time at all, just some directions to a walker. You know what to do, blast that long-legged git into oblivion and harvest his brain. Once again though, we are going to be in need of Tetius's help, so full haste to the anomaly. He's going to take that brain, encode it with a signature to draw out the next part of this quest. So we're heading off into space, we pulse and we pulse and we pulse like never before until dun dun dun, this thing appears. Now it's going to give us a radiant brain, which is handy because that's what we need for the hard frame body. And you've probably guessed it by now, but we are going to head back and install this hard frame body on our Minotaur. And look at him go! I will call him Squishy and he will be mine. He will be my Squishy. Come here, little Squishy. Come here, come here. Ow! Bad Squishy. It's a bad Squishy. Right, luckily for us, we're about done with this quest line. If you've made it this far, you might as well like the video, right? Go on, click it. Click it. Click it. Oh, thanks. You didn't have to do that. That's so kind of you. Okay, so Laylapse has given his permission for us to attack the hive. That's nice. Let's get that done now. And check it out, I'm going to redeem myself in the eyes of that person that called me a professional earlier. I'm going to call in some air support. Go Squishy! Well, there we have it. A Trace of Metal is completed on the Switch. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Love you lots. Bye.